Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Positively Dizzy podcast. I'm Kimberly Bouchard, your host and the author of the Positively Dizzy book series. Well, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day or have had a wonderful day. We're at the end of our day here, and especially celebrating our Veterans Day here in the US and Remembrance Day in Canada. Just appreciate everything that all of our past, present, and our future veterans have done and will do for us. And hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I want to thank my sponsor, Michelle McCune, over at Years of Experience. If you want a terrific vacation assembled just for you, give her a shout at MMCKEOWN at theMouseExperts.com. Now, she doesn't only do Disney vacations, she does luxury curated vacations, whether it be the jungles of Costa Rica or hiking the Alps or wherever you may be. She's the person to get a hold of, and you can let her know I sent you, and she will take wonderful care of you. You know, I also want to wish a very good friend of mine who many of you know of her, Miss Margaret Carey, the original Tinkerbell, and it's actually her half birthday today. She's celebrating 91 and a half years today. And I'll tell you that if I was in my 90s, you better believe I would be celebrating my half birthday. Even now, I'm thinking it would be nice to celebrate half birthdays, right? But anyways, she's having a wonderful time in Florida today with her new husband. So, you guys, it's the Christmas season full on. I don't know about you, but I started watching Christmas movies early this year, and every evening I try to watch a new one. And thank goodness my husband is also on for that. But being the Christmas season, I thought, my gosh, if you are interested in having a personalized gift for your loved one or friend, which I guess would be your loved one as well. Here are a couple of books of mine. There, I've got up to book 5, which is the Star Wars edition. Book 4. These are positively Disney stories, inspirational stories from the actors, the artists, the Imagineers, guests and fans like you as well, and the cast members that will really, really warm your heart. So if you are interested in that, you can get them on Amazon. But if you want to have it personalized, just send me a message through the show, the Facebook page, Positively Disney Book, or Kimberly Bouchard, and we can chat about it. And I would be happy to personalize a copy of a book for you for a gift. So this day, November 11th, is actually kind of a big day also in various things in Disney history. It was actually the 1000th performance this day in 2011 of World of Color at Disneyland. I had no idea that World of Color was out there until I went with my family last June in 2019. And we watched that beautiful show to music at Disney California Adventure. In a dessert party, we decided to do the dessert party, which you don't have to do, of course, but we thought we'd try it out and had a lovely time. The second time that I saw that show is a little bit of a funny story. I was heading to Disneyland in January of this year to spend a birthday with my friend Donna. And she gave me a call when I was visiting some other friends and said that her friend had a room that she would be welcome to share. And it was at the Pier Import, the Disney Paradise Pier Hotel. And it was really fun because what happened is I walked into the room, World of Color was starting. My friend Lisa, who's now my friend, she was a Disney pal at that time, now my friend, we ended up within 5 minutes of meeting each other, standing in the room, totally with the lights off, listening to the music piped in, because I had upgraded our room to have that view of the park. And it was so funny. And we just stood there in silence watching the show and having a great time. So it's really, I had to chuckle a little bit when I realized that this was the 1000th performance of it in 2011. And I was mentioning to you Christmas movies, and believe it or not, it was in 1994 that Santa Claus, the very first Santa Claus with Tim Allen, was released in the theaters. And guys, that's one of my favorites. I actually was going to watch it the other night, and I think that is my movie I will be watching tonight in honor of that release in 1994. And I'm sure you guys have all seen at least one of them. I think there's 3 of them now out there, but I'm going to watch the first one this evening. Another movie that some of you may have seen, some of you may not have seen, is Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas, that was released in 1997. It was direct to DVD. And I don't know if I saw it when my daughter was younger. I mean, it's kind of a bit of a blur when you have 3 kids in 3 years, but we did see it actually last December at Disney's Alani resort that we were visiting. And it was so fun because it was literally off of our balcony that we could watch the movie. And of course, we could hear it all. And it was really a sweet movie. And Paige O'Hara, of course, is the voice of Belle in that movie. So if you guys haven't seen it, if you're Beauty and the Beast fans, take a look at it. It was really, really fun. You know, there are so many traditions in Christmas, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world, but it really seems that Christmas lights, holiday lights, are something that is very near and dear to so many of us. And for those of you that were fortunate enough, myself included, to see the Osborne lights in Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World, that was absolutely spectacular. And I miss it dearly, as does everyone that had the good fortune to be able to see them. And so I thought it would be really fun to bring my guest on to the show. And he's going to tell us about a very special event that they are having at a place called Give Kids the World Village near Walt Disney World. He's going to tell us all about it. And we're going to get him on the line. It's going to be an amazing chat with him to find out how you can experience lights like that once again. So we're just getting him on the line here.
I'm here.
Hi, Omar. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, we're doing fabulous. We're trying to stay warm here in Seattle. It's pretty chilly, and I saw you guys out there, doing the lights, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's warm. Of course, it's warm.
It's warm and humid and raining and windy and tropical storm weather.
Right. You're getting everything there. My gosh. I was just mentioning to folks that, we all that have seen the Osborne lights miss them absolutely dearly. And we'll get into a little bit about the lights that you are going to tell us about in a moment. But I wanted to let people know that Omar actually is he works for Give Kids the World Village near Magic Kingdom. And I would like, Omar, for you to maybe tell the audience, what is Give Kids the World Village, its purpose, where is it located, and who uses it? Because I'll tell you, I wanted to go stay there. So I'm just, and I know I can't necessarily, but if you could tell us a little bit about the village itself, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So Give Kids the World is an 89-acre cost-free resort for children who have who have a critical illness, who have a wish to come to Central Florida for Disney World, Universal Studios, or SeaWorld, or pretty much anything in Central Florida. So we are the resort that takes care of them and their entire family. Mm-hmm. So when they make a wish through Make-A-Wish Foundation or any other wish-granting organization, mm-hmm. They get an entire week with cost-free for them and their entire family. Oh. All expenses paid, so all of their meals, all of the events. And then they get to stay in our magical village for a week in their own private villa.
Wow.
So, yeah. And then throughout the week, we celebrate an entire year. Every single night, we have a party. So on Monday, we have Halloween. So there are costumes and trick-or-treating and a great party.
Wow.
And then on Tuesday we have Mayor Clayton, who's our mascot. He's a 6 foot tall bunny rabbit, and we have
Oh.
his birthday. So everybody has a birthday, and we have birthday cake and all that kind of fun stuff. And then Wednesday we have our I'm sorry, that's Friday. Our Village Idol competition, where kids can perform American Idol style with whatever talent they want to showcase.
Ah.
And then Thursday we have Winter Wonderland, which is our holiday season every Thursday. So we celebrate Christmas, and every winter holiday, Santa comes and brings presents, and we have Christmas dinner, and we have all the fun stuff that comes with the holiday season every Thursday. And then on Friday, we have, as I said before, Once Upon a Village, which is just a party where all of the fairy tale characters come out, and we enjoy a party in our common area. And there's music and dancing and games and all kinds of fun stuff. So that kind of does an entire year in a week. So we fast forward through the year. Because unfortunately, some children don't know if they will be able to be around for the next holiday, or if maybe they'll be in the hospital. A lot of times, kids are sick and in hospitals at the holiday season or at Halloween. They don't get to go trick or treating, so it really gives them an opportunity to make all of those memories in a week.
That is fantastic. Now, I'm just curious. So, when was the village built? How long has it been around?
So the village was established in 1986,
Okay.
and our founder was Henry Landworth. He passed away last year at 91 years old.
Wow.
He was a Holocaust survivor, and he built the village because it was taking. He owned hotels on the Space Coast, so near Kennedy Space Center,
Okay.
and he would get calls from wish granting organizations to have children come stay in his hotel, and he would always oblige. And unfortunately, there was a little girl that didn't make it to get her wish because of all the time it took to get that process rolling. So he decided that he would establish a place where wishes would be fulfilled exclusively, and that was the only purpose of the resort, and that it would be cost free. So that's where Give Kids the World started, with one villa.
Wow.
35 years ago, or 37, or 35 years ago.
Over 3 decades ago.
Yeah. And every time he raised enough money, he built another villa. And fast forward, we have 166 villas and a whole entertainment district, essentially. All the entertainment venues, movie theater, we have a castle and an arcade and a mini golf course and 2 swimming pools and a horseback riding corral, and lots of other things. We have a full wheelchair accessible playground and 3 theme park rides that wheelchairs can access as well.
That is absolutely incredible. Now, I'm kind of curious to know, how quickly can you accommodate a wish? I'm just curious to know, because it's a very well run, organized machine. I know that you guys are, but I'm just curious to know, maybe I should say, what is the quickest turnaround time for a wish have you guys accommodated?
So we can turn around a wish if necessary within 24 to 48 hours if it's what we call a rush wish.
Right.
So if a child isn't doing well and they are capable of getting here for their wish,
Right.
then we can turn it around pretty quickly.
Wow.
That was always Henry's goal, was that we would never, if a child was able to come here for a wish, that we would fulfill it however we needed to do.
Right.
And so, even now, when we're not regularly filling wishes,
Right.
which we'll talk about more what we're doing in a few minutes, but we found ways to, accommodate children who need rush wishes during this time.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, Omar, how did you become involved in what you're doing? And maybe you can share with people what it is you do there.
Yeah. So for about 6 years before I worked here, and I've been working here 3 years. Just a couple weeks ago, it was my 3rd anniversary.
Oh.
I was organizing and voluntarily helping to put on an event called Hearts of Reality, which is a fundraiser, a third-party fundraiser for Give Kids the World. And it was how I was introduced to the village. And so we bring together, and I'm still part of this event. We have actually in a few weeks, we're having our annual event. Again, we bring together several celebrities and reality stars from mainly Survivor, Amazing Race, and Big Brother for a fundraiser. All of the reality stars that attend get fundraising pages, and they share them, and they raise money, and we auction things, and we do all sorts of things to raise money. And then we come together usually in August, but this year it was postponed to December for obvious reasons. And we do a fan event that we are working very hard this year to follow protocol so that we can still do this in a socially distant and safe way. And the reality stars come to Orlando, and we visit the village so they can understand what it is that they raise money for.
Right.
And then we have a few fan events that take place at a resort nearby, and the fans pay a donation to attend and get tickets to do those things. So that kind of helped me realize that I wanted to be an event planner and that I also loved Give Kids the World. So it worked out well when a position opened that gave me that actual career to do. So all the things that I was doing voluntarily is now what I do for work. So it's really great.
That's fantastic. 3 years already. Wow. Because I'm trying to remember, because we had you on a couple of years ago, actually. And boy, time goes by fast, actually, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah.
Wow. Now, you guys are doing something extra special this holiday season. And I alluded to it, regarding lights. Now, can you tell us about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I know that all of your listeners and your followers are big Disney fans, so this is kind of the event just for them. It really is a unique and once-in-a-lifetime kind of experience. With the pandemic, we haven't been able, obviously, to fulfill wishes the way that we typically do. So we got together and we were thinking about ways that we could utilize the space for something that can keep our fundraising going.
Right.
And, we had several conversations and we thought, what if we decorated the village to look like a neighborhood decorated for Christmas? And that kind of snowballed into, let's reach out to Disney World and see if they have anything we want to donate for this to decorate. And we found out that they actually had the lights from what would have been the final year of Osborne. So they buy them so far in advance. And I guess they had purchased them before they decided they were closing that year. So they've been sitting in a warehouse for several years.
Yeah.
And so we reached out to our Disney contacts and they said that they wanted to do it, and they became the sponsor of the event. They brought 3 million lights and several different other pieces of decor. And then we thought, well, what can we do to kind of give back? We don't always have a chance to recognize our supporters and our corporate sponsors and our volunteers.
Right.
So we thought, what better way than to give every one of well, not everyone, but the ones that could do it and that were able, one of the villas that they can decorate and kind of showcase their company, their enterprise, whatever it is that they're doing, in some cases nonprofits.
Yeah.
So there's everything from American Airlines to Chick-fil-A to Legoland, and there's Universal, is obviously a partner of ours. They made over the mini golf course, and SeaWorld has a villa, and Boston Market and Perkins and Holiday Inn Club Vacations and Hasbro and Boston Whaler and the Lost Bros, and I can go on. There's 45 villas, and they're all uniquely decorated with a touch of those different companies and those different sponsors. And so they've made over these houses. And then we're also utilizing the staff and lighting crew from Walt Disney World that has either been furloughed or they've been laid off. So now we're using those people here to actually put up the lights. So it's some of the same staff that worked on Osborne Lights several years ago.
Oh my
So then, even more exciting, within the last couple of weeks, Disney decided they wanted to do 2 villas. So we have the Cinderella Villa, and we have the Beauty and the Beast Villa, or Belle's Villa.
Oh my
and
gosh.
What's pretty fun about the Cinderella Villa is this year Disney didn't do the ice lights on the castle in Magic Kingdom.
Right.
So we actually have some of those glistening, sparkly lights on the Cinderella Villa here. So that tradition lives on here at Give Kids a World this year.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. Oh my
So
gosh.
it's about a mile if you walk the entire thing,
Oh, cool.
and
Okay.
there are lights literally everywhere. Pretty much anything we could light, we lit,
Oh,
and every inch of most of the villas is covered from roof to ground.
oh my word. That's incredible. I just can't get over that. I mean, I remember when, seeing the Osborne lights, there on the street in Hollywood Studios. And I mean, they decorated everything that was, that they could, with the bicycle tire even and all of
Hmm.
that. And I can imagine, my gosh, that's a lot of work. How long did it take, Omar, to decorate the village?
So we've been working on it for 8 weeks, but I
Oh,
will
wow.
say that's a huge crew. We had at one point, I think we had 24 lighting techs working at any given moment. And
Wow.
then as we got closer, they started doing 2 shifts. So we were doing a morning to late afternoon, and then a late afternoon till 11 or 12 at night. And then as
Oh,
we got really close, some people were working overnight
oh
to make
my.
sure that everything was ready for our media night, which was last
Last
night.
night, yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh, I wish I was that's what I wish I lived closer sometimes, when you guys have those things. Oh my gosh. Did everything go well in the media night? Did
yeah,
everything go as planned?
we were lucky enough to have a friend of mine, Jody Benson, who is the
Right.
voice of the Little Mermaid, host it.
Uh,
And we had her up on our balcony of town hall, and she sang
okay.
Part of Your World, and then she did a Jingle Bells sing along. And
Oh,
yeah, she's been a supporter of ours for a couple of years now.
yeah.
So we were really lucky that she was available and able to come out, and people loved it. And
Yeah.
it was a great way to kick off. And so she's promoting it on her social media, and we had a chance to walk around with her and have her see the lights. So there'll be a little video
Nice.
coming out soon of her experience seeing the lights,
Uh,
and her review of it. We're going to post up on the Give Kids the World Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter,
oh, great.
so you can
Okay.
see. Yeah, you can see Jody here and enjoying the lights.
I love it. Now I have to ask, so is there like one switch and it lights everything, or does like at the same time, or how does that work? Like I'm trying to that's a lot of lights. That's a lot of power.
It is. But luckily, we're using all LED now, which is it takes very little electricity. Most of the lights stay on throughout the day. They're
Okay.
industrial strength, so they're
Okay.
meant to stay on. And then we have photocell, and we have timers for a lot of the other pieces of equipment and some of the lighting.
Okay.
So things that don't do well, being on 24 hours a day,
Right.
will with the photo cell, it comes on when it gets dark, and then
Okay.
timers obviously we can set a time for.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately, if we didn't have that, it
Yeah.
would be a matter of walking to every villa and unplugging
Oh,
things
yeah.
one at a time. So
Yeah, really. That's
that could take
a
that would
long
be a full-time
time.
job for
Yeah.
some. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I was now, did you have the opportunity to put lights up as well? I mean, I saw you in your gorgeous red holiday suit, two-piece
Yeah.
suit, but I don't know, did you have a chance to
Yes,
Oh, you did.
actually,
Okay.
just tonight we're having our staff and volunteer preview tonight, and
Oh,
I actually
okay.
was going out and putting the finishing touches on the Christmas tree trail and trying to figure out. It's always that way when you're putting the lights on your house, and there's that one strand that just
Oh,
didn't want to
yeah.
come on.
Yeah, yeah.
And for us, there were a few of those. So a
Okay.
friend of mine and I were out trying to plug things in and figure out, get the final touches on. But yes, I did have a chance to work on the Crayola house. We did some
Okay.
lights on that. And then a few of the other houses too. And then I had a really cool opportunity to go up, completely safe, of course, with a
Yeah.
hard hat and everything,
Yeah.
but go up on the lift and see what goes into putting up the 5-story Christmas tree light. The lights made the
Oh,
tree made of Christmas lights, if I
yeah,
can say
it's
that.
okay.
And
Oh,
so yeah, so
wow.
that was pretty cool. I wanted to be involved in any way that I could to see how it
Yeah.
all worked. And
Ah.
it's fun when you walk around with people that you know and you can say, hey, I did that.
Yeah,
It's
for
pretty cool.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. Is there anything that was maybe trickier than others? Like because I mean, let's put it, yeah, I only decorate the house, we only decorate our houses outside, but I mean, these are massive buildings and super tall trees and that. Is there anything,
hmm
I mean, but you have professional crews, but I'm just curious to know, was there one that was a little bit of a little bit trickier to decorate, do you think? Or
Yeah, I think anytime that things are really tall and you got to figure out, where that everything's plugged in properly. One of the
oh,
really cool things we have is what we call the wish tree, and it's kind of in the center of the avenue, which is the main part of the village. And it's a solidly decorated purple lit tree. And then it
mm,
has all of these dewdrop lights that come off of it that are white. And the
oh,
purpose of
wow.
that tree
Yeah.
is to remind everybody of why we're here and what our mission is. So there's a button at the bottom of that tree, and when you press that button, the tree will sparkle in white, and that
Oh,
represents wishes that we've fulfilled in the time that we've been here, and the 175,000 wishes that we
oh,
fulfilled. Obviously, there are not 175,000 lights on that tree,
right,
but
right,
that
right.
represents those wishes. But I mean, it's
Oh,
pretty close. There's
yeah.
probably, well, maybe not pretty close, probably like 25,000 lights. But
That's a
yeah,
lot of
so
lights.
that's yeah. So I think that might have been like just wrapping and wrapping and wrapping, and then when
Wow.
you when you test them, they work, and then when you plug them in later on and they're already up on the tree or on the house and something's not
Uh,
working, it's kind of frustrating. But
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And then
geez.
I guess what's been tricky this week is the wind and the rain.
Oh my gosh,
And,
yeah.
yeah. So when you have lights and they're plugged in all over lawns and they get wet, it trips. And so you
Oh,
got to
okay.
reset.
Okay.
And you think about doing that over 45 villas. And
Oh, well,
uh,
yeah, good thing you have your running shoe, your sneakers on. You can hoof it over there and oh my gosh. Yeah, I know I've had lights. What when where we come from, Alberta, we're always in snow and stuff at this time of year, but we moved here to Seattle area 9 years ago and the winds do come up. And I remember one year all my lights blew off my house. I was like, what the heck is this about? So, I mean, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just put them back on again. But I mean, we're talking lots of lights for you guys. So I really pray that the winds stay calm for you guys, particularly Give Kids a World Village, so that everything can stay as necessary. And I love that idea of the tree, in remembrance of the wishes. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Omar, the rest of the world that wants to come, well, people of the United States, anyways, at this point, if they want to come see them, how do they do that?
well, you can go to
Okay.
gktw.org/lights,
Okay.
or you can check any of our social media for tickets.
Okay.
Tickets range for adults from $25 to $40, depending on when you come. So
Oh,
off-peak
okay.
nights are $25, peak nights are $35, and then holidays are $40. But
Okay.
that does also include free hot chocolate and ice cream
Oh,
with your ticket.
well.
Yeah. And then kids are between $13 and $15.
Wonderful. And I would assume all proceeds go back to the village, of course, to help them.
100%. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. I support your village on a regular basis, and I just want to let people know that if they can't make it to the lights, to the village, there's also other ways that you can support. There's a monthly payment, I think, or a one-time payment, right? If somebody wants to make a
Yeah.
contribution, how would they do that, Omar?
So you can donate. There are several places that you can donate. It all goes to the same place. So there's a donate button on our lights page.
Okay.
There's also a donate button on our main homepage. As soon as you go to gktw.org, there's a button
Okay.
that says donate. You can donate
Okay.
there. You can go through and support all of our different endeavors. We have several different events. We have 5K every year. We have a rappel off of a 32-story building in February.
Oh,
Yeah, I know you're coming to do that one.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah.
And then events like Hearts of Reality, where you can come and meet your favorite reality stars, and 100% of the proceeds go to that.
Yeah.
And then we're doing a lot of fun things on eBay all the time, and auctioning things. Right now, we're doing huge Disney ornament auctions, ornaments that were donated by Walt Disney World, several of which Jody Benson signed last night that were Little Mermaid related, that will be auctioning off.
Nice.
And then we have a really fun event coming up in March, which I know, Kimberly, you're going to come for, which is our Diz Family Reunion, which is a Disney-themed convention at the Contemporary, where several Disney stars will be in appearance, as well as lots of the different theme park performers from past and present years will be there to perform, and it'll be a great retro Disney event. So that's also coming up in March as well, and that's another way you can support the village.
Yeah, and for anybody that's wondering what he's saying, GTKW, it's just Give Kids the World Village. Well, givekidstheworld.org. So people are, because they might be thinking, oh my gosh, what did you say again? But it's just an acronym really for Give Kids the World.
And
yeah,
and actually either of those will work. If you do gktw.org or if you do givekidstheworld.org, it'll take you to the same place.
Perfect. Now you have also something so the fundraising campaign that is starting, was it this weekend? Was it starting or in a couple of days? Is it I'm trying to think here. There was one, correct? Or is it next week? I'm trying to remember. I thought there was one
Oh, you mean Giving Tuesday or our radiothon?
The radio, yeah. Sorry. Okay. I want to hear about Giving Tuesday as well, but I was referring to the radiothon. So let's start with the whatever one you want to start with, actually.
Okay, so we'll start with radiothon since that's first.
Yeah.
So that's going to be next Friday, November 20th.
Okay.
Mix 105.1. It's an Orlando radio station. It's an adult contemporary station. You can also listen online. So it's going to be an entire day. Mix 105 is dedicating all of their airtime, with the exception of a little bit of music in between, to Give Kids the World. So it'll be kind of like if you remember the old telethons on TV, but on the radio, where the DJs will be interviewing some of our former Wish families, some staff, some volunteers. Jody Benson is going to be on. She did an interview. So you can listen to that throughout the day. It's going to begin at 7 a.m. and run until 7 p.m.
Eastern time, right? Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern time.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go to mix1051.com, you can listen from anywhere in the world. And you'll get a really great understanding of what it is we do directly from our volunteers and our Wish families and our staff and supporters right on the radio. And you can call and donate, and they give away. They have power hours where they give away things when you make a donation in those periods of time.
Okay.
So it's a lot of fun, and it'll give you a really good understanding of what it is that we do.
Okay, and that information is also up on your on Give Kids the World Facebook page, I would assume too.
It's there. It's also on our website under events.
Okay.
You can see all the things I talked about are all on the website.
Perfect. Okay. And if you can share what Giving Tuesday is with the folks as well.
Yeah. So Giving Tuesday is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, the Tuesday after Black Friday, when we've all spent a lot of money and tried to get things. It's a way to give back, and it's a national holiday. So all charities participate typically in Giving Tuesday. And we have a lot of fun things planned that will be on our Facebook page. We'll be going live several times during the day. And we'll be taking donations in many different special ways during that day on our social media channels. So if you want to tune in and get a glimpse into not only into the village during the day, but we'll have some clips of Night of a Million Lights, so you can get little previews here and there. As we reach our goal, hopefully for that day, in the evening, we'll be showcasing some of the lights while we're doing that.
Nice. Oh my gosh, you're so busy. Holy cow. I thought I was busy. You're way busy.
Yeah, There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I know. Well, you've been there a while now, 3 years, and I was just wondering if you had any particular memorable experiences from your time there, actually, that you could share with us, Omar.
Well, there are so many,
I know.
but I want to share one that happened last night. I think that your listeners will enjoy this, and that they love Disney. We were walking around with Jody Benson last night, and there was a little girl who has spina bifida,
Mm.
and she was visiting with her family for a media preview, and she has her walker, but it's Star Wars themed.
Oh,
So it looks like the Millennium Falcon.
oh,
I believe that's what it is. I believe that's what it is. We have pictures that I can share. But her parents recognized Jody, and Jody went over and got down in the street and started talking to the little girl,
oh,
and was trying to explain, the whole Ariel voice and everything like that. And the
oh,
little girl was so precocious, and she's like, no, I saw Ariel yesterday at Magic Kingdom.
oh.
And so Jody hands her her phone, and starts to turned her head to do the Ariel voice for her, and the little girl figured it out. She's like, I can't hear her. So I called Jody over, and I said, I'm going to call you on my phone, and you give her your phone. And so Jody went off into the
Yeah,
the villa that was nearby,
yeah.
and she started talking to her as Ariel, and the little girl's eyes just, I mean,
Oh my
she
gosh.
lit up, and she was so excited.
Oh,
And she was having a full conversation with Ariel, and
oh.
telling her that she loved her. And it was just a really great moment to see that
Oh,
happen, and see the joy in that little girl's face, from getting to talk to a real life princess on the phone.
oh gosh, that's so sweet. Actually, Ariel and Belle have a very special place in our family because my one and only daughter, those were her two favorite princesses. And for Halloween one year, my sister, who does costumes and stuff for the ballet in Canada, she did a beautiful tail, mermaid tail, before all those became popular these days, of Ariel's. And when she went as Ariel for Halloween, so I just think that's so special. That is something that she will never, ever, ever forget, nor will her parents. And I'm sure Jody will forever remember that too. Oh, gee, that's
Yeah, we
just
were able to capture some of it on video, and we had
okay.
some really great pictures. And we ran into her later on. We were over at the pool getting some food,
Yeah.
and of course, right back into wanting to talk to her again and asking where Ariel was. And
Oh.
Jody had to explain that she went to bed,
Oh.
and but they still had another great moment there, and
Oh.
it's really great when you can see those kinds of little moments like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I imagine that just happened last night, and I can imagine there's so many that you are privy to witnessing or hearing about, just being a part of that whole amazing place, which I look forward to visiting. I can't wait. I think it's just going to it's been something I've been wanting to do for a while because I know some wish children that have visited there, and I hear nothing but amazing things. And of course, from our last conversation a couple of years ago as well, I look forward to checking out the lights and checking out the village for sure. Um, I have to ask you, what is there something in particular that I mean, it might be several things, and feel free to share several things, but what do you like most about your time there? What is there something in particular, like what do you like the best
Well,
about your job?
I think it's a combination of things. And right now, especially, we've actually been, several of us have been spending our nights here, and actually sleeping over, because
Oh,
we either have a super early morning and we go super late at night. And
yeah.
I live 45 minutes or so away.
Oh,
So to drive that each way,
oh,
and working the long day is tough.
yeah.
So I think that the people that you work with, and fulfilling the mission that we do, is what makes it all worthwhile. I mean, if you can do your work and it doesn't feel like work,
Yeah.
then you know that you've found the right thing.
Right.
So I think it's a combination of everything. Everybody that we work with, and then getting to meet families and seeing what it is that you work so hard to raise money for actually in action. Like, I can go downstairs and see a lot of that stuff. And even now, when we don't have wish families here, knowing that we are having this time and taking this opportunity to not only do this light event, but to improve on a lot of the spaces that we just simply can't make improvements on while we have families here.
Right.
So we just made the most out of the time that we have to freshen things up and do painting and replace things. And actually, the pirate ship out by the pool, we had a sponsor come in and made a donation enough to completely rebuild the pirate ship. So
wow.
it was demolished, and it's being rebuilt. And, it's just, I mean, I don't know how to, it's so, as you said, it's several things. It's more than one thing.
Of course. And it really sounds like you guys that work at the village are real family. I can't imagine, it being any other way. I mean, working side by side on so many of these, I don't even like to say just projects, but just working for these families. And I'm sure there's tough times as well, and I think just being that big supportive family and having that in a workplace, it can't get any better than that.
Well, and I think it all stems from, as it does with most places, from the top. And our president is the most passionate person and truly has dedicated her life to the mission. So when you can see that from the top, it makes it really easy to work with everybody and fulfill the mission the best that we can do. So I think that really does do it. And especially now when we closed in March, and then when we were all working from home, and then when we realized there wasn't really an end in sight, and our president had to make the decision to lay off 75% of our staff. We went from about 200 staff down to about 25 staff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we really got a lot closer, and we're working together and doing a lot of different things that we weren't really doing in the past.
Okay.
But it made everything it made everything stronger, and you kind of feel like you have a purpose,
Right. Yeah. And I tell different people on the show, I always say, this isn't forever. This isn't going to last forever, and we will have things back to normal, and it can't happen soon enough. I must add that, but it is a temporary. It's been a long temporary, but I look forward to when everything is opened up, again, and I'm sure you are as well, to go full speed and offer what you guys offer to all these families that are, I'm sure, eternally grateful for what you guys do. And Omar, thank you so very much for taking the time. I know you're in the middle of an event to that right tonight, but I really appreciate the time you took, and I look forward to seeing that beautiful place of yours.
Yeah, we look forward to having you here.
All right. Well, listen, you guys take care and stay safe and stay warm, and let's keep those winds calm.
Well, you stay warm and we'll stay dry.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot, Omar. Take care and have fun.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye. Oh my gosh, you guys, that is a place that I'm not sure if some of you listening in have actually had the good fortune to either volunteer there or be a wish recipient. I've heard nothing but amazing things at the village, and I really look forward to seeing it. So now you know where to get your tickets, all to a wonderful, wonderful cause. And I think that is probably the most Christmassy place I can imagine to go to. So check it out, GTKW. And there's also other events that he was mentioning about for fundraisers, and just sounds like a phenomenal thing to be a part of for sure. Well, you guys, we're coming up to our hour here, and I just want to thank you again so much for joining me tonight and taking the time out of your day. And we will see you again next week. And for now, you guys stay safe, be well, take care, and good night. Bye for now.